Hello! This just came in the mail today from Amazon Japan. This is the Moderoid Strelitzia from Darling the Franxx. It's made by Good Smile Company, and I just had to open it right away to show you guys. So let's see what it's like. That looks awesome. In perfect condition. Alright, I just gotta say that I really like this box. Like, if you see this on a shelf, you're gonna be immediately drawn to this. It just looks awesome. But anyways, let's just get right into it. And, oh! Yep, this is more like a Gundam model kit than I had imagined. So we see all these parts on runners, and whoa! Check that out. So I'm gonna have to get cutters and cut out all these parts and stuff. But look, there's like a black piece inside the red piece. Is this like dual molded or something? That is pretty cool. Oh yeah, check this out too. Look, there's like I don't know what you would call this on Strelitzia, the robo boobs maybe, but yeah, it has red built into it. And is that okay? That's paint. That's definitely paint. So it looks like it comes partially painted. I wonder if these black parts are painted or not too. That kind of looks like plastic. Interesting. What's this? Oh, seal guide. Stickers. That's what they call seals. Okay. And it's just bags and bags of parts. And once again, I've built a lot of Gundam kits in the past, so this isn't too strange to me, besides it being non-Bandai. Check that out. There's Strelitzia's face. Alright, so there's the big pile of parts over here. Looks like we do get some stickers. Oh, we do get eye stickers. There we go. So you can choose between a couple of different expressions. Alright, alright. We have one of these. Oh, the cable for the lance, I believe. And this is an actual cable, like not like a model cable, but there's like a piece of metal wire going through it. This is an actual piece of wire. Alright. Here's the instruction manual. It's in Japanese, but I think the pictures will do just fine. And so that's what you get in the box, a whole bunch of parts. And I guess there's nothing else left to do but assemble it. The first thing I'm doing is panel lining, which is drawing lines in the grooves of the plastic. I like to use a Gundam pour type marker for this. What I'm doing is dabbing it in the general area, and the ink just flows into the lines on its own. After the ink is dry, I take an alcohol-soaked rag and wipe off the excess. And just like that, it's perfect. Now I'm cutting the parts off the runners. My tool of choice is the Tamiya sharp-pointed side cutter. The parts are all freed now, but they still have little nubs left over from where I cut them off. To get rid of these nubs, I use a knife and I shave off the nubs really carefully. And now repeat that a couple hundred times. Alright, so it's been 4 hours since I started taking parts off the runners, and I've finally finished them all. I've been watching ReZero, and I'm on episode 10 so far. It's pretty good, I like it. But anyways, now it's time to put it together. Alright, she's all complete. Check her out. It came out a lot better than I expected. The assembly took me about 2 hours, although I was taking my time. And it went together pretty smoothly as well. There were even a bunch of parts where the instructions called for gluing the pieces together, but I actually used no glue at all, so this is all just friction fit like a Gundam model kit, and everything fit together pretty well. And if anything, the joints are probably too tight rather than too loose, and that's always better. I also chose not to apply any of the seals, because in my experience it can make the kit look cheaper because of how terrible stickers are. So yeah, I chose not to apply any of them, and I think it still looks pretty darn good. Maybe her shield thing is looking a little bit bare, but besides that you can't really tell. Oh, and you can see that I have her displayed on a Gundam Action Base 1. This isn't included, but I think you'll need to pick one of these up if you want to display her in any sort of useful way. The intended way for her to be displayed is using this included kickstand. So this plugs into her back right here, but it really just doesn't work that well, and you're pretty limited in the amount of poses you can do. So for example, for this crossed-legged pose, you just really can't use a kickstand with it. It's just not adjustable enough. So thankfully they do include this little tube adapter to use with 3mm pegs, which are pretty standard with like Gundam action bases. So I have that attached right here, and that works out pretty well. And also there's no way for her to just stand on her feet alone. Her feet are just way too small. It's just not stable enough. So no matter what, you're gonna need some kind of stand for this. Now, as far as articulation goes, this kit articulates very well, with the exception that it is very stiff. So most of the joints are very, very hard to move. Let's see, the shoulders, these are okay. So this is good because it can hold the weight of like this lance very well. So that's good. But for example, I can't rotate this arm. This arm is supposed to be able to rotate on this joint here, but it won't. It's moving the ball joint instead. So it's a little bit finicky to move around. And also parts will go just flying off. For example, these side skirts, these are very tight as well. And oftentimes when you're trying to grab it to move it, like these side bits will just fly off just like that. And so these parts I think I might actually glue down because they're supposed to be secured into place. So overall, if you're very good at posing, unlike I am, I think this is going to be a very excellent kit because no matter what pose you get it into, it's going to be able to hold and maintain it. All the joints are just so tight, it's going to be just a very solid kit for that. And now let's compare it to its main competitor, the Bandai Robot Spirit Strelitzia model. Now this is completely pre-assembled, so there's, it pretty much just comes out of the box just like this. So it's a lot easier, but I think the Moderoid kit actually looks a lot better. It has like a kind of more serious look to it, and I think the proportions are more accurate and like less cartoony. The Robot Spirits one definitely looks more toyish, and I'm not sure how well the camera can pick it up, but the Robot Spirits one is like very like semi-gloss. I'm not sure if you can see the lights reflecting off of it, but that gives a very like toyish vibe, like an action figure you just buy at a toy store. It looks like toy plastic. So that kind of, I mean, at the time when I first looked at it, like I didn't really have anything to compare it to, so I thought it was fine. But this Moderoid kit, it's really well done. It has this matte plastic that doesn't reflect light that well, and so it doesn't look very plasticky. It just looks a lot more like a premium product rather than just a piece of plastic. So as far as visual looks go, I gotta hand it to the Moderoid kit. Like, it just looks a lot better. Now there are some trade-offs though, the main one being that the Moderoid kit takes about 6 hours to assemble and detail to this level, whereas it takes about 15 minutes to get this Robot Spirits kit out of the box and assembled. So yeah, there's a huge time commitment difference, and so if you're short on time, you might want to just stick to this Robot Spirits model. But if you have some time to spare and you want the final product to look really good, then it might be worth investing the time into this Moderoid kit. Overall, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. This was my first non-Bandai model kit like this, and it went together really smoothly. I'd definitely be willing to try out any more Moderoid model kits in the future. So there you go, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please help me out by subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.